इस त्योहार हो आपके परिवार में सबका शुभ लाभ।
इसीलिए यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया लाया है परिवार के हर सदस्य के लिए एक अनोखा उपहार।
निवेश कीजिए यूनियन समृद्धि में, जो सिर्फ 333 दिन में इन्वेस्टमेंट पर दे 8.15% तक का रिटर्न सुपर सीनियर सिटीजन्स को, 7.90% सीनियर सिटीजन्स को और 7.40% अदर कस्टमर्स को।
यानी समृद्धि समय से पहले। ये है यूनियन समृद्धि।
और जानकारी के लिए लॉग ऑन टू unionbankofindia.co.in और डाउनलोड द व्योम ऐप।
I suddenly remembered that as well as the usual eggs, pasta and tin tomatoes, I had ordered facial hair removal cream, fungal toenail medication, and hemorrhoid suppositories, all of which he had unpacked and placed in the bathroom.
No, he hadn't. No, he hadn't. He looks like a fucking prat. Her words. And it's given me the total ick. Every time I see him in either, or worse, a combo of both, my vagina feels like it's shriveling up in response. Before we jump into the show, we're very excited and honoured to tell you that we are currently part of Spotlight.
Spotlight is a project from Apple Podcasts which highlights a creator or creative team every couple of months, and they have chosen us for the month of September.
Apple's editorial team believe that you will want to be spending a lot more time with us, and we definitely want to be spending a lot more time with you, so they kindly put us together. Thank you, Apple Podcasts.
We really hope you enjoy this new show, and we hope you stick around to talk about all things 40-ish. Welcome to 40-ish. I'm Lauren Mishcon.
And I'm Nicole Goodman.
This is the brand new podcast that navigates the challenges and absurdities of 40-something life and solves all your dilemmas.
Well, we're going to attempt to.
In the coming weeks, we're going to discuss your problems, issues and rants that you've kindly shared with us, and also divulge our own stories about the mess of navigating midlife.
Basically, it's to make us all feel better together, and so that none of us feel weird or worse about the mundane chaos that is middle age.
So, how are you this week, Nicole?
How am I? Well, we've been very busy in the setup of this show, haven't we?
Oh my God. It takes... You may think you just like go in a room, chat, there's your podcast. It's not quite that simple.
It's not.
No.
Well, we want you to think it's that simple because we want your listener experience to be that simple.
You just press a button and here it is.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes...
There's a lot going on.
Shit goes on.
And I just had such a 40-ish moment when you and I were trying to set up our new email.
I mean, it wasn't the smoothest of mornings.
hello@40ish.co.uk, in case you were wondering.
Yeah, in case you want to write in and tell us stuff or share stuff with us. So we sort of battled through for most of the morning. My highlight was, well, firstly, I was completely incapable of doing anything.
I mean, literally everything we touched, it was going really well, wasn't it? We set it all up on Gmail and we did a business account and it was all going well. And I said to you, wow, this has been smooth. Well,
then it all fell apart.
That was like the wrong thing to say.
You cursed it.
I did curse it. Yeah, I did. I didn't mean to, but I did. Because then what we had to do was we had to hook it up to our domain.
Yeah.
To the server.
Yeah. And then I had a glimmer where I suddenly actually figured out how to do stuff. It was like a very focused 5 minutes and I did all this really complex stuff that if you asked me now, could never ever do it again.
It was like join the MX up to this and then do this type thing and then do the setting and then
horrendous.
And then we'd do it automatically. But we chose not to do it automatically. We hit the manual button.
Yeah.
I don't know why we hit the manual button, because then we were knee deep in a whole host of tech shit and roundabouts and nonsense, and we kept coming back on ourselves, and I was just like, you know what, I just want to sit down and eat my salad. I'm fucking hungry and this is bollocks.
And then it got to the awful point where I think this was how stressed we were when you said to me, what shall I type in for our names? And because I don't know, maybe Lauren and Nicole?
Well, we weren't getting, every time I filled in the forms, this is in my defence, every time we filled in the forms, it kept saying that it wasn't registering. So then we had to go back to the form.
Yeah.
And after about 4 times, it said name.
Yeah.
I started to lose the will to live. So I said to you, what shall I type? I didn't want to get it wrong.
No. Then your hairdresser came. And so while you're sitting there with like foils in, getting your greys covered, we're still trying to set up our social media accounts. And then he was trying to be very polite.
He was
nice
really
Aussie
professional,
guy.
wasn't he?
But then he just kept giving me the side eye. And then he kind of couldn't help but say to me, you are fucking useless at this. Like,
He was like, I think you need to stop doing that.
yeah. And then after an hour of listening to us go back and forth, attempting to set up Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all of which, by the way, listeners, you can go and follow us on. He said,
40ish.podcast.
that's the one. Yeah. He said, you do realise that you probably could have paid a 16-year-old 50 quid and he would have done it in half an hour. And I just thought, yeah, he's right. We should have and could have done that.
Right. In terms of the socials,
Yeah.
when you say we,
Yeah.
you use that as if it was a real we joint dual partnership experience.
I do, yeah.
Right.
Because that makes me feel better about my life.
Right. I will say
Yeah.
that when it came to the email,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Because when I was away,
I did techie shit.
you bought the domain.
I did that.
But when you texted me, when I was on holiday, I was lying on the beach in the south of France,
Yeah.
having a very nice time with my family. My kids were in the sea. They were happy. And I was lying on the sand and I got your text and it said, and I quote, I bought the domain.
Yeah.
And I actually thought, fuck.
Oh my God. That is so rude. I was like trying
rude but fair. No,
I was trying to do us a favour.
You were doing a solid. Did I write back, fuck?
No.
What did I write back?
Well done.
And thank you.
Yeah.
I must have said, did I say thank you?
Probably.
I mean, I wasn't feeling grateful. I was feeling nervous. I'll be honest. Because if you don't know me and Lauren from our other show, Self Care Club,
I'm technically backward.
she is not head of tech in our
I'm
little
not.
company.
No,
I am
I'm not.
definitely head of tech.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time when Lauren touches tech, it goes to pieces. And when I say pieces, I'm going to give you an example. Last year, exactly last year, because I was on holiday again. It sounds like I'm on holiday loads. It's just in the summer. Lauren wanted to surprise me. Now, this was very sweet. She wanted to surprise me with, that blue verified tick on Instagram.
Yeah.
She wanted us to get the blue verified
I
tick on
did.
Instagram. So she wanted to do it as a little gift.
Yeah.
Oh, look what I've done for us whilst
Yeah.
you're away.
Mm-hmm. This was on our old podcast, our other podcast.
This is for Self Care Club.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I woke up one morning and I had been locked out of everything. Everything that involved the podcast. I was locked out of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Literally, I was locked out.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd been hacked. So I then messaged Lauren. And here's another tip for you if you don't know Lauren that well. When you send Lauren a text in the morning,
I might not reply for a few hours.
it normally takes 2 hours for you to reply.
Yeah.
Which I find annoying because I get up at 6 o'clock
I don't.
and I'm ready to go at 6 o'clock.
I'm not.
6:01, I'm like, I'm good to go.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I
Right?
have told you many times, like, don't communicate with me basically before 9ish because I just don't want to hear from you or anyone. Not just you. Anyone.
It stretches beyond 9ish
Sometimes.
a lot,
Yeah.
especially in the summer holidays.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm locked out. So I'm stressed. So I message her. I'm locked out of everything. I'm also an hour ahead of you because I'm in Spain. Don't hear anything. Don't hear anything. Don't hear anything until midday, 1 o'clock. And I'm really worried and I'm trying to log back in. Cannot get near. It's like a firewall has been built around all of our social media. This was before the days we had a social media manager. You eventually get back to me. Oh, I was trying to do something as a surprise. So I can just feel this panic. What were you trying to do? I was trying to get us verified. Right.
Yeah.
What did you touch? What did you move? What did you... I think I've put in a 2-step verification
Oh,
program.
is that what I did? I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, okay, great. Great. What's the code? Code? Question mark. There was no code.
No.
Nothing written down.
Brilliant.
Nothing. Also, because Lauren doesn't really post very much on social media because I'm the social media manager. Well, up until,
Unofficial.
yeah. So everything was just down, wasn't it? And it took a good 24 hours.
I mean, I don't really remember this, but that doesn't matter because I don't remember many things. But I did manage to do basically the same thing yesterday because for whatever reason, and God help her, but my best friend is even worse at social media than me. I mean, she is literally
she
stuck
looks
in,
to you as
she
the
looks
expert.
to me as like this guru. She's like, you're good on Instagram. I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, yeah, you are. Please take over my Instagram. So she gave me like the login to her Instagram and she wanted me to run it. That is like asking the blind to lead the blind. So I got so fed up with her Instagram account that I decided to not be in charge of it anymore. So I decided
to demote yourself.
Yeah, demote myself from her social media manager because I can't manage my own. And I deleted it from Instagram. But what I actually did was deleted Self-Care Club, my own personal one, and my cooking account. I deleted all 3 of my accounts and only had hers left. I deleted the others. It was really fucking special.
So then
I've logged myself out.
So Lauren turns up to my house and she's like, deadpan. Deadpan. She says to me, oh, I think I've been hacked. It's like, and after like fiddling around after a couple of minutes, you're like, oh, no, I haven't been hacked. I think I just deleted everything by mistake. It's like, you know what? Just don't touch the social media. Just leave it alone.
I deleted everything except the one that I was trying to delete. So my only social media account was my best friend's social media account. And she's a doctor and it's like really serious doctory stuff. And she's leaving me this like numpty. The only thing I can navigate is fucking Facebook. That is it.
She's like, Facebook are my people.
They are. They are my people.
Just before we dive into your dilemmas, a quick disclaimer.
We're not doctors or healthcare professionals.
This is a fun space where we share our thoughts.
Which could be totally wrong.
So if there is an issue that you are seriously struggling with, please contact a qualified expert.
Let's get started.
Okay, let's hear from our first question from our listener.
Okay, Nicole, here it is. Dying of embarrassment at how gross I am. I'm 47. Oh, she's same age as you. And recently started seeing someone. And we're in a bit of a love bubble.
For all you know, this could be me.
Is it? Have you recently started seeing someone? Apart from your husband?
I've been married for 17 years.
So it's not you. We're in a bit of a love bubble. That nice bit where you're both still on best behaviour. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Yesterday, I popped out and I left him at my house when my online shopping came. When I came back, he said that he'd unpacked it for me. Oh my bloody hell, he's clearly on best behaviour.
That is definitely the early signs of a relationship. You know, when they pick you up from the airport and they say that that's when you can tell that someone's just started seeing somebody.
Totally.
Like first year of a relationship.
Totally.
I reckon online shopping accounts for that too.
This morning, 7:30am, the doorbell rings. I'm actually still in bed and I get a scream from my husband downstairs.
Why are you still in bed at 7:30? I don't understand that.
Because I was having a line and I get this scream from downstairs. Occado's here! Like, that was not
your bark? Your bark at get up and come and unload the Ocado.
That was how my husband woke me up. Like, to inform me the online shopping was here, like, not as in like,
also,
I'll bring it in and I'll unpack it for you.
But if he's lying in bed at 7:30 and Ocado arrives, do you bark up the stairs, Ocado's here?
Would I even tell him that Ocado was here? No. Would he even know? No. The fridge would just be full. Like the fucking shopping fairies came. Anyway. Right.
But the shopping fairies do come.
Yeah, they do. So she says, my initial thought was that it was such a cute gesture that he'd unpacked the online shop.
It is
while
a cute
she was
gesture.
out, right?
She would be correct.
Until, with absolute horror, I suddenly remembered that as well as the usual eggs, pasta and tin tomatoes, I had ordered facial hair removal cream, fungal toenail medication, and hemorrhoid suppositories, all of which he had unpacked and placed in the bathroom.
No, he hadn't.
I purposely
No, he hadn't.
buy this stuff online because I'm too embarrassed to do it in the chemist's in person. I wanted to die on the spot. Oh my God, I want to die for her.
Totally understand what she means about buying these things in person, because how do you walk into a chemist?
Your chemist is tiny and really personal. It's not like a Boots. I've been in your chemist.
No, it's an independent chemist.
Yeah,
it's a
really
lovely,
small,
and everyone knows everyone,
Yeah.
and it's like part of the
Yeah.
village. So they've still got this like piece of clear plastic up by the tills, like in the COVID
Yes.
days, right? So you have to sometimes, when you ask for something, you have to repeat it because they can't always hear you.
Yes.
And I've often thought, I don't know why I've often thought this, because I don't actually suffer with hemorrhoids. I don't know why I need to put that disclaimer up front, but I don't. But I have often thought,
currently,
that might be next year, who knows?
it could be.
If I need to ask for hemorrhoid cream, how would I go about that?
I would say you ask by brand, although is that worse? Because do you want to say the word?
Tell me one brand.
Anusol. Do you want to say that?
Hold on.
It's called Anusol.
Hold the phone. How do you know that?
Everyone knows that.
I don't know that.
There's another one. It's called Preparation H. That's just like generic knowledge.
No, it's not.
Oh my God, it really
No,
is.
it's generic knowledge if you suffer with hemorrhoids.
Look, thank God, even after 3 children, and pregnancy and childbirth, and definitely post-childbirth is your classic quintessential time for the old hemorrhoids. It's not a thing that has
Quintessential
my life.
time for hemorrhoids. That's the best sentence I've ever heard come out of your mouth.
That has yet.
But how do you know about the brands?
I'm very, very, very well versed on medication.
I thought you were going to say I'm very, very well read.
And also, I was dealing with like women giving birth for 16
that's fair.
years. So
that's fair.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of hemorrhoids up close and personal.
Well,
my
I'm
friend.
just saying, pre this conversation, I didn't know what the brands were called. I'm not up on those kinds of things because
you're lucky.
I have a background in hairdressing and beauty.
not a lot of bum grapes in hairdressing.
Not really.
No.
So how do you go about asking for hemorrhoid cream?
I think it's easier in a very anonymous large Boots than it is in your small local chemist shop.
I don't think it is, because in the large Boots near me, in this big shopping centre called Brent Cross, it's the most enormous Boots. It's very, very hot in there.
Yeah.
Don't say that it's my age. It is actually very hot in there.
Warm in there.
And whoever I'm with, I always say, is it hot in here? Like,
it is. It's
I don't
warm.
trust my own thermal temperature
It's
anymore.
a warm shop.
You couldn't go in. There are queues everywhere in this shop. You are surrounded by people. So then what are you going to do? Say, hello, I need some hemorrhoid cream. Anyway, my point is I understand why she buys it online.
So she finishes her email by saying, I couldn't look at him all evening and we didn't have sex last night because now he knows that I'm a disgusting perimenopausal troll woman. Do I just address it or do I pretend it never happened?
Firstly, please don't call yourself a troll woman, because that is not kind.
A perimenopausal troll woman.
No, that's not kind.
But I do understand if you've got this brand new boyfriend and he is unpacking fungal toenail medication, facial hair remover and hemorrhoid cream. That's not sexy.
My question is, does she have children and could she blame it on them?
The fungal toenails, maybe.
The hemorrhoid cream.
And facial hair removal cream, probably not.
Yes, you can. You have boys. I have girls. You can totally... Not the hemorrhoid thing. I'm just putting that disclaimer out there again.
You are very hung up on this. You feel like that's the worst. I feel like the fungal toenail medication is the worst of those things.
But he must have seen her feet if they're having an intimate relationship.
I don't think that at the beginning of the relationship...
You see each other's feet.
Men are looking at the feet.
I always look at feet.
I do too, but that's because we're women. But I don't think the men are busy looking at the feet. They're looking at the tits and the minge, let's be honest.
No, I don't agree. I think a nice pair of feet is imperative, actually.
To us, because we're women and we have that nice aesthetic. The men don't care.
And also, if she's got a shellac on her toes, then he might not see the fungus.
Can you have shellac if you've got a fungal toenail
Sometimes
problem?
the shellac is the thing to cause the fungal toe problem.
See, to me, that is worse than the hemorrhoids. The thing is, though, he must have seen the
What about-
hemorrhoids. He must have seen those.
What?
Sorry, he can't have avoided
When
seeing
was the
them.
last time your husband looked up your arsehole? When?
When? Have to look up the bum hole. But like, if you're down there doing stuff, you would see them. You've clearly never seen one, have you? Have you ever seen one in real life?
I don't think so.
Okay, I've seen many. Many.
But even if Adam had one,
Yeah.
why would I see it?
I mean,
No.
why would you
No.
see it?
Yeah, how big are they? I thought they were little.
They're like, sometimes they're like a fucking bunch of grapes.
Are they?
Yes.
Maybe hers aren't like a bunch of grapes. Let's assume they're not.
Some people have to have surgery for them.
But she doesn't, because she's buying cream off Ocado. She doesn't need surgery, okay? All she needs to know is what the hell is she going to do with this brand new hot boyfriend that she's having hot sex with, and suddenly they didn't have sex.
Can I just say, she doesn't actually say if he's hot or if they're having hot sex. She didn't say either of those things. You've totally assumed that. He might be very average and the sex might be too.
Well, she said that they didn't have sex that night. My feeling is the reason they didn't have sex that night is coming from her, probably not from him.
Yeah, because she feels like a disgusting
Troll woman.
perimenopausal troll woman. I understand.
Anyway, the hemorrhoids and the facial hair and the fungal toe cream has got nothing to do with perimenopause.
It's like a triangle of off-putting items there, isn't it?
Listen, is this anonymous?
Of course it's anonymous. Would you give your name to this?
I gotta be honest, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So would you address it?
No. And how do you open that conversation? Hi, Ben.
I don't even think
I don't know if you've noticed, Ben. My
bunch of grapes.
And my minging toenails or my slight moustache. I'm not trying to dress up as Tom Selleck, and I'm trying to remove it, and I have to buy the cream.
Tom Selleck.
Best
you can't
moustache
come
ever.
up with a different, more updated reference of someone with a moustache.
If I think moustache,
Yeah.
Magnum PI.
No, I know, but I guess
Richard from Friends. It's actually the same person.
it is.
But
he actually shaved it off in Friends.
He is, for
Didn't
me.
he? Did he shave it off in Friends? Shaved
No,
it off at
because,
some point.
No, because Chandler always goes on and on and on and on about ripping off his moustache, punching him in the moustache. He's so jealous of his thick, beautiful moustache.
You know-
but as a woman, you don't want to be proud of a thick,
He
beautiful
is
moustache.
the only man on the planet that can get away and look hotter with a moustache.
So let's just say, in an imaginary world where you've got this triage of hell going on in your body and in your Ocado shop,
What are you gonna
What
do?
are you going to say?
Listen, I've got to be honest. After Adam and I have been together 20 years, I don't think I'd want him to see me buy hemorrhoid cream. I don't. And I don't think I'd want him to know about my bunch of grapes. I just don't.
Listen, I'm really sorry to tell you, but he would be aware.
Would he?
If you had the roids, yeah.
But
He'd be
the
aware.
roids. But also this guy, but you're saying this guy was aware. Then she doesn't need to be embarrassed about
I
it.
find it hard to really...
Maybe they're not terrible. Would
Yeah,
I know
they're
if I had
probably
one?
not. Yeah, you'd know.
Okay.
You'd know. Yeah. I feel like you need to do a bit of research on this. It could happen to you, and I think you'd get a bit of a fright. My friend, after she had a baby, she was in the bath and she was giving herself a good wash, and she found one, and she said she screamed the house down because she did not know what was wrong. She was like, I was washing my bum, and then suddenly they were
Is
like...
it the size of a grape then?
Sometimes they can be. She's like, she freaked out because she'd never had them before, didn't know what it was. Obviously, it was from pushing out a nearly 10-pound baby. But
And no one tells you about that. They should put
They
that in the
should tell you.
NCT classes.
they probably should. But who wants to? If they told you half that stuff, you'd never get pregnant or give birth or raise a child.
Yeah, but you know about it and then you go and have another one.
They sat you in a room with a couple of teenagers for a day and you had to like deal with them and all of their crap. You'd never have children.
Well, I'd deal with your teenagers. Your teenagers are all right. Mine are a different story.
I'm just saying, you would... It's not like... Yeah. Anyway. I can't answer this for her. My own personal opinion is...
What was her question? Should she
should
tell
I
him?
address it or should I pretend it never happened?
Listen, I don't want her to feel uncomfortable about it because it obviously stopped them from having sex. So that's not good in a new relationship. What should she do? I don't know how you would bring up that subject. By the way, you know the fungal cream and the facial hair removing cream and the hemorrhoid cream that you saw? Well, it was all for a friend.
Oh, just not like when I had cigarettes in my handbag when I was 15 and my mum found them and I said, they don't mind, they're my friends.
Yeah. And then she automatically hates your friend every time they come
like,
round.
God, she's a bad influence. Yeah, she really is. I would totally and utterly gloss over it, pretend it never happened. I think there are two kinds of women. They're the ones who are like, I am waxing my bikini line today, either be in the bedroom watching me or don't, but like it's all out in the open. Or there are those women who anything they do to beautify themselves or stop looking like trolls, they hide from their partners. I am the hider, but I have friends who are very open. Maybe because they're at the beginning of this relationship. It's like a nice opportunity to just be herself. She's 47, right? She's not 22. She's a grown woman.
He might be 22. She didn't say.
She didn't specify. If he's 22, he's...
With a moustache.
He might be young because he is unpacking the shopping. He sounds like a modern man. He might run for the fucking hills. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anonymous. He might.
He's already seen it. And he hasn't run for the hills. He's already seen it. And not only has he seen it, he's put it away. He put it in the right room.
Yeah, that's...
Adam would be like, I don't know where you want this.
If it was Ollie, you'd just leave it in the hallway.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't even be unpacked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't help her. I'm just sorry.
The guy's
I'm
a
just
keeper
sorry.
because A, he unloads your shopping. He's a keeper. And B,
yeah, that's true.
he hasn't said anything.
Yet. But I do think he could use it as collateral in a future argument. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's low.
It's a low blow, but it's a possibility.
Listen, I've been putting up with you and your grapes for months.
You can fuck off, you and your fungal toenail.
Okay, question from a listener.
Yeah.
My husband is giving me the total ick.
Oh, desperate to hear this.
You want to hear this?
Yeah.
Hi, girls. My husband, who is 42, has got in with a new group of dads from our kids' school. Nice. Mm-hmm. They're a bit younger than us and quite hipster.
Oh, do you think they might live in East London? Where the hipster dads live?
Well, do hipster dads live in North London where we live? No? I don't know. There's a few hipster dads at my kids' school.
I'd say they're more like wannabe hipster dads, but like the true mustachioed.
How do you know? You're not at my kids' school. There is one dad who's more than hipster.
Did he used to be in a band?
Maybe.
Oh, that was a guess.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, he did. He did used to be in a
I
band.
fucking knew it.
I'm not saying what band.
Okay. Obviously, I have to ask you after the show which band. Anyway, continue.
So I think to feel like he fits in with them, he's gone out and bought some short-sleeved patterned shirts and a hat. The sort Justin Timberlake wore in NSYNC. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
He looks like a fucking prat. Her words. And it's given me the total ick.
Yeah.
Every time I see him in either, or worse, a combo of both, my vagina feels like it's shriveling up in response. What should I do?
Leave him. Burn it. Give it to Oxfam. Say the dog ate it. Any of those are appropriate. Any or all of those.
You've had a similar issue this week, haven't you?
I have. But can I just say, before I tell you about my issue, I totally feel you. Short-sleeved shirts.
That's right. Excuse me. No.
You like a man in a short-sleeved shirt.
I'm not having that. My
can't
husband's
stand
holiday wardrobe
them.
involves a lot of short-sleeve shirts.
I can't stand them. I can't stand them. They are literally, when she says my vagina will shrivel up, I totally
But what are they supposed to wear on holiday? A t-shirt?
A t-shirt, man, a t-shirt.
Why can't they wear a short-sleeve shirt?
I just hate them. I can't explain to you why. I hate them. My husband used to wear them years ago, and I feel her. They gave me the fucking ick.
I don't think it's the short-sleeve shirts that's giving her the ick. I think it's the hat.
The combo of both. How do you feel about a man in a hat?
Yeah, I feel all right about it. But
Are you serious? Like a Trilby hat, like a Justin Timberlake NSYNC pop boy.
You know, when it's something like
hat,
whatever his name was in Peaky Blinders, I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with
different. Like a Baker Boy cap. Would you like Adam in a Baker Boy cap?
Adam actually is a very good-looking man, but he doesn't suit hats. He also doesn't suit sunglasses. He thinks he does, but he doesn't. Bless him, because wherever we go, he tries on a pair of sunglasses. He's always trying to find the right pair.
Yeah.
And they never work.
Is that just the shape of his head or the sunglasses?
I don't know what it is. I think
or...
it's like the distance between his eyes or something, because he is a good-looking guy, but he just can't wear sunglasses. And then what happens is every pair, this is the weirdest thing about me, little secret,
yeah,
every single solitary pair of sunglasses in the whole world Suits me.
You should have that as your Instagram bio.
I think that is quite something, but not one hat suits me. Not one. Not one. I can't wear a hat.
actually look fucking great in a hat, but I don't wear them. So
You should. I can see you rocking hats.
I don't want to. I'm sorry. I just feel like hats are very attention seeking and I'm not into them and I cannot deal with a man in a hat, apart from a baseball cap for sport, which is fine, or to shield you from the sun, fine.
Oh, so for practical reasons, you're
Practical
okay with it.
purposes, fine. Don't burn your head. But a pork pie hat, ick. A baker boy
She
cap,
didn't say-
pretentious. I can't stand them. I can't abide them.
You
I'm a
are
man.
triggered, my
Oh
friend.
my God.
Triggered.
The thought of a husband in a combo.
Any husband or your husband.
Any husband in a short
So what would you
sleeve
do?
shirt,
What
hat
would you do
combo.
if Ollie, because Ollie does also have younger mates, doesn't he? He does come home with some younger mates all of a sudden. Ollie's in his mid-50s, right?
He is, yeah.
So if he started to dress like them and bought a hat, what would you do? You wouldn't be very nice about it. I know exactly what you would do.
I would have to speak my mind. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Tell everybody what you did yesterday with poor Ollie. Everyone's going to be like, poor Ollie. Now, let me tell you something. I'm a big fan of Ollie. I'm very fond of your husband, Ollie. And a lot of the time I'm on your side.
Okay.
But this time I just felt like, no.
Can I just
No,
say-
I am Team Ollie.
Well, for the record, I'm also a fan of Ollie. We have been together like 27 years and we share 3 children. So I'm a fan of his. I'm also a fan of his beard. He's a man with a beard. You and I, we like a bearded man. We're down with that.
We do. My
We're
husband
rude.
is also a bearded man.
Right. My husband's a bearded man until yesterday morning. He came out of the bathroom and shockingly had clean shaven himself.
It's not that shocking, but okay.
I was very sad and unhappy.
You weren't sad
And
at
cross,
all.
and cross.
Cross is
And
more
I
like
was like,
it.
what have you done? He said, I just fancied a change. I said, no, grow it back immediately. And then he tried to have a normal conversation with me and I hid under a towel in the bathroom because I couldn't look at him because I was so freaked out by the all the face. There was so much face.
Oh, poor Ollie's got a nice face.
It's not the face. I just love the beard. It's distressed me.
I hate it when Adam shaves his beard off because I don't like kissing a smooth face.
Me neither.
I don't like that. But you weren't very nice about it.
So this morning I was like, listen, we need to have a talk. Is this just for the week? Are you growing it back? Is this a summer look or is this a more permanent situation? Because
I need terms and conditions.
I need the T&Cs on the facial hair thing.
Where are we with that?
And then to kind
What did he
of-
say? What did he say?
He said he wasn't committing. He just felt, A, that he fancied looking a bit clean shaven because he felt the beard was sometimes a bit messy, which it isn't. It's stubbly. It's not really a beard. And also he said, I think it makes me look younger. It makes everyone look younger. And I was like, no, just no, all of the above. And then last night, shockingly, he comes home from his tennis club. He's like, oh, I'm bringing my mate home for dinner because I've got a match with him at 8:30. So we're going to come home and eat and then we're going to go and play tennis. And on the one day where he's shaved himself clean,
And you hate it.
and I hate it, in through my door walks a very young, very tall, very handsome, very bearded
Oh, he's bearded
man
as well.
from
Bearded
the
as well.
Czech Republic. Essentially, Djokovic has just walked into my kitchen. And
Nice.
I'm like,
Nice. And he's the number 1 seed at the tennis club, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it could have been Djokovic.
And he was like, hi, nice to meet you. And I was like, hi. And he shook my hand. He was very young. Anyway, we had dinner.
That's not all that was shook, was it, Lauren?
Wow. You know, it was a thing. And
So then I get a message from Lauren at about 8:30. Obviously, they'd gone to play their
They'd
tennis
gone,
match.
yeah.
In fact, I'm going to read out what you messaged me.
you better not.
Why?
It's rude.
Well, what happened was that you'd told me that he was bringing someone for dinner.
Yeah.
And you were a bit annoyed because he sprung it on you at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So you were like, well, now I have to make a proper dinner.
Yeah.
So
And
I
it's
get-
like boiling hot. So no one really wants to be standing at the stove.
Right.
Obviously, I'm going to feed everybody, but you know.
It was 8:23. So they'd
Uh-huh.
obviously just left.
Yeah.
Okay, you say. Number 1, very hot, full stop. No joke, full stop. Very tall, full stop. Bearded, check. Number 2, into older women. Hashtag watch out. Then on a second message, 32, banker, single.
Yeah.
I wrote back, are you trying to set me up with him? Bearing in mind, for those of you that don't know me, I've been married for 17 years. I said, because it kind of sounds like you are.
And then when we got into bed later last night, I said to him, you know what? That was a ballsy move on your part. That takes a man with confidence and big cojones to shave your face smooth, knowing how much I don't like it, and then bring into my kitchen this like bearded, hot
Another
star.
very possible option.
Like what was that? And he was like, "Oh, do you think he's good looking?" I was like,
I love it when they do that. I love it when they do that. Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Oh, did you think he's good? I was like, yeah. Yeah, he is.
Good for Ollie.
And he was like,
Maybe he did it just to get you back for the whole beard thing.
What was that? Anyway, that's what's going on, Nicole. That is what's going on.
So I would say to this listener.
Oh my gosh, the listener, I'd forgotten about her. And I really feel for her. And I actually feel like just serve him divorce papers.
Because what you would do is you would tell him.
I would say
in a really mean, cross way.
If you ever want to have sex with me again, take your short sleeve shirts and your hats and drive them to the local charity shop or leave with them in a suitcase. Those are your options.
I would say,
yeah.
Remember the man you married? And he still exists under the hat and under the shirts.
Come on.
What?
If Adam wore something awful that gave you the real ick.
Right, okay.
What's the worst thing
he has got
wears?
a pair of shoes, right? They look, I think they might even be Adidas or there's some like that Japanese make, I can't remember. And they don't have a back on them. So they look like
a mule?
A backless mule.
That is a mule. You don't say backless mule.
As in mule backless.
Yes.
So it's like a backless ballet pump.
Oh
but it's,
my
but it's,
God,
but,
they sound
but it's,
awful.
they are.
Hideous.
They are.
What colour are they? Barely matters, but what colour are they?
They're white.
He wears a mule trainer.
I haven't finished.
Oh my God.
They're like a canvas material.
Okay, so like a backless, like a mule Converse.
Yeah, but slightly lighter than a Converse, and there's no laces. And so what he would do is he would wear them like if he was going swimming.
Is it like if you have a pair of espadrilles?
No, it's not
and you
like
flatten the
anything.
back?
It's not like anything you've ever seen. They are so awful.
Where the fuck did they come from?
And then, as I just mentioned, we've just been on holiday and we went to the south of France, and it's really lovely there. And we were going out for an adults meal with our friends, and all kids were just being left home.
Adult meal. That sounds like a key swapping party.
No, it was just a meal, Lauren. Right. Just an actual, as in our kids didn't come with us.
Right, yeah.
They were all staying back at the flat. And it was a really gorgeous place and a really gorgeous setting. And I put on a dress and I put on makeup and I blow dry my hair and I just made a real effort. And he, as we were leaving, put on those shoes. And I said, no, what are you doing?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Did it give you the ick every time you looked down under the table?
I hate those trainers.
Why don't you... What I would do...
They're not even trainers. I don't even know what they are.
Surreptitiously...
Horrors.
Put one very near the dog's toy basket in the hope
my dog is perfect and
she
doesn't chew anything. You know that.
Maybe she'll shit on it. Or just...
She does do that.
Yeah.
That she does
just
do.
put it in harm's way. Put the shoes in harm's way.
You know what? I would just be open with your husband, but also, does it really matter?
But maybe it's these new friends he's keeping. These new hipster dads, and he just wants to really fit in with them, and so he's trying to dress like them, which is sweet but also a bit tragic.
So that's our show on 40-ish. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to be in touch, and we would love you to be, with your dilemmas, your rants, your problems,
Has your husband ever given you the ick? Have you had to hide fungal toenail medication from a new boyfriend? Please, we want all the dirt.
We want to hear it all. You can contact us, hello@40ish, that's 40ish.co.uk.
Or you can hit us up on our socials at 40ish.podcast.
Very good.
Thanks so much.
She did that right.
We're on Insta and TikTok.
Yeah, and Facebook.
And Facebook.
Did you set up Facebook? So we might not be on Facebook.
I mean, if I set it up correctly, we are. And on the YouTube, if you're modern and young.
We're everywhere. Come find us, 40ish.podcast, and we can't wait to hear from you. And we will be back next week.